Well, I hope that you're sitting comfortably. I hope that you're full from your festive feasting and you are ready to take a look back over 2023 in CrossFit Llanelli with our annual recap review video. But before we dive in, a quick montage.
Okay, let's go.
Sei muito bem dessa mina, essa nós já conhece. Sei muito bem dessa mina, essa nós já conhece. Ela pode, 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 ela
If that doesn't whet your appetite for remembering everything that we've been through in the last 12 months, I do not know what will. And we're going to start at the very start, back in January, and I want you to try and remember a time, an existence where we didn't have bike ergs. That's right. Before the start of this year, we didn't have bike ergs in the gym, and it was an existence of constantly being on the Echo bike. But in January, we took delivery of 6 brand new, shiny, spanking, gorgeous bike ergs, and it has revolutionized our training. There's running in the WOD. Don't worry about it. Sub it for a bike erg. There's overhead squats in the WOD. Don't stress, my friend. Sub it for a bike erg. If there's burpees and pull-ups in a WOD, never you mind. Sub it for a bike erg. It has become the substitution implement of choice, which is ironic given that in the final competition of the year, when bike ergs came up, it was the implement which wrecked us the most. Never have the ski ergs and the Echo bikes been so dusty as 2023 and the reintroduction of the bike ergs. It's wonderful to look back over the gym through the year and to see several additions that have been made to our training environment. Not only did we get the bike ergs, but later in the year we got those cursed sandbags and the bars to get over. We've had the new entranceway remodeled. We've had the brand new coffee machine as well. And it's genuinely good to think about where the gym was and where the gym is now and where the gym might be. Because as individuals, as members, we are trying to grow, we are trying to develop ourselves, and it's a joy to know that our box is developing with us. The box doesn't stay still as we're trying to progress, but the box is growing as we grow. Now, I mentioned the final competition of the year, and a big part of life in CrossFit Llanelli is those regular points where we get to team up, where we get to buddy up, and we get to throw down versus our friends in the gym and folks from other boxes. And this year we had 4 competitions. We began the year with the same-sex doubles, then we went with the solos, then we went outdoors and underwater with the foursomes, and we finished off the year with the hunt for CrossFit Llanelli's fittest couple. Now, the highlight, the pick of the bunch for me, and I'm pretty sure everyone who was a part of it, was that going outdoors, going underwater in the foursomes in the summer. Everything about that event was perfect, except maybe the number of people competing. It would have been wonderful to have even more people there to enjoy the great programming, to enjoy the wonderful venue, the food that was provided, the vendors, and what was the cherry on the cake, the swim event indoors with the gallery, the ski ergs, the dumbbells, the judges. Everything about that was magic. Now, I've made another video about that, which you can go back and look at. But what do we think about the competitions in general? Well, for most of us, they're an opportunity, as I said, to buddy up, to throw down, but I should point out that they are an opportunity of alarm for us at the end of the year. Consider this, that in 2 out of the 4 competitions, Andy has programmed a 1 kilometer run. What does that mean for the mind of the man who in 2024 will once again be setting the tests for us? That he's now fully converted into a CrossFit is running, thinking kind of guy. It's a terrifying prospect, isn't it? The final event, which was the mixed doubles, as I said, was an opportunity for us to search for the fittest couple in CrossFit Llanelli. And that was a search that was intimidating to many. Many couples didn't sign up. Many couples decided that their relationship, their marriage perhaps, was worth more than disintegrating on the workout floor. But the cream did rise to the top, and the fittest couple was crowned amongst folks visiting us from other boxes and some strange matchups and relationships being formed in our own gym. But the fittest couple in CrossFit Llanelli, as determined by our final event of the year, was Matthew and Aisha. So a little clap to you there. Competitions in-house were not the only things that we all took part in this year either, because of course every year as a box we are fully committed to participating in the Open, that CrossFit organised mass participation global event, which folks often say is an opportunity to test yourself against yourself from years gone by. While that is true, it is also an opportunity to test ourselves against the rest of the CrossFitting world and to see where we stack up individually and as a box on the entire spectrum of CrossFitters. Now again, I've made another video specifically on the CrossFit Open and the achievements and the things that happened there. The highlight really, not just having a full box every Friday Night Lights or the complete and utter absurdity of the number of redos that some people were happy to do, Mark Davis. But the fact that from amongst us, so many people qualified through to the quarterfinals. The quarterfinals, for those of you who don't know, are the next stage of competition after the Open, before semi-finals, before the CrossFit Games. It's a marker of having achieved a certain level in your category in the CrossFit Open. All I can say is I'm hoping that in 2024, more and more of us qualify for the quarterfinals because of the input that we've had, the dedication that we've had for the last 12 months, the training that we've done, but also because CrossFit have decided to expand that from the top 10% to the top 25%. A gift, perhaps, for some of us, and also a curse as we still fall short of that magic cut line. Now, it was competitions in-house and there were some competitions outside of Llanelli which our folks attended. I'm not going to drill down into every specific competition. I'm sure I'm going to forget some people and some performances, but I just want to highlight two external competitions. The first was the Strength in Depth online qualifiers that so many got to be a part of. It was a strange experience, wasn't it? For about 2 or 3 weeks coming into the box, and every single time we came, we got to witness some weird, freaky, functional tumpath with, I don't know, 9, 10 people overhead tumpathing into the center of a circle. Unfortunately, our team didn't make it to the lives, but I think I, as well as many other people, will be quite happy to see the back of that weird hokey-cokey that was going on week in and week out in the gym. The other competition that's worth mentioning is the Adventure Series, I think it was called, up in Snowdonia, where we had team after team after team competing, and not only multiple teams who went on to get good success there, but loads and loads of members and family and friends traveling up as well. Such was the impact of CrossFit Llanelli on the Adventure Series up in Snowdonia that we became the official faces of all of their marketing and all of their social media. Poster boys and poster girls aplenty from CFL adorning their Instagram page. Well done to you guys for taking part, and well done for just being generally fantastic looking human beings. So we've considered the new equipment that we've had this year. We've sort of touched on the competitions that we've been a part of and the Open, so now it's time to think about the awards. At the end of the year, always we have our CrossFit Llanelli Christmas party, and it's a chance for us to vote for one another and to hand out some awards. This year, the Christmas party was held in the Halfway Inn with the wonderful Rob hosting us there. I am led to believe it was the warmest Christmas party that we've had for a good number of years. So thumbs up, Rob, for making sure that the central heating was on. Well done, Brad. The categories were handed down to us from the coaches and the owners, and we got to vote And I would say amongst the winners there weren't very many surprises. So let me just run through with you the various categories and the people who won. The first category was the Backhanded Compliment of the Year award, sometimes referred to as the Most Improved, which can be seen in one of two ways. Either that you have come so far and you're doing really well in your training, or it can be an acknowledgement that you really did stink 12 months ago. Well, the male and female winner of that was Matthew Jenkins, Hannah Morgan, and I think it's fair to say actually it's not a backhanded compliment. These two guys have made real progress in the last 12 months, and it's fantastic to watch you compete. It's fantastic to train against you, alongside you, and be pushed along by you guys as well. So well done to the two of you. The next award was again a pair of awards that can be summed up this way: the least likely to listen in class. Although there are lots of us who don't listen in class, we generally fall into two categories. Those who listen and still want to get the WOD right, well, there was an award for that. It was Asks Most Question Award, and that went to Darren Bowen. And then there are those of us who don't listen and are then quite happy just to muddle along and make it up as we go and get things wrong. Least likely to get the WOD right award went to Alison Davis. Well done to you two for continuing to strive in your chosen area of excellence throughout the year. Now, some of us did note when the categories came out that it was pretty obvious that the owners, the coaches, had tried to manipulate the names of these categories so that our favourite CrossFit Awards winner, Rhys Sams, wouldn't pick up an award this year. Bit harsh, guys. But he still snuck in, claiming the award for the loudest lifter at CrossFit Llanelli. Well done, Rhys. It doesn't matter what the standards that are set, the perimeters that you're working in, you always seem to rise to the top. And so to you, I say, sir, up! The next award was the Most Improved Weightlifter Award, and that went to Llanelli Bowen, but I'm not entirely sure that's fair. Again, that most improved sort of suggests that progress has been made, but those of you who attend weightlifting classes on a Tuesday, on a Sunday, will have heard so many times from Andrew Bowen the importance of persevering with a hook grip. Now, Andrew also tells the story, doesn't he, of the first time a young baby Llian held his finger, that she actually used a hook grip in that moment. So clearly it's there in her genetics, but you know, fair to say, you have also come on loads and you are well worth an award this year at CFL. The award for the person who is most likely to go out too hot to max out with his wang out in the warm-up, of course, went to Mark Davis. We would expect nothing less from you, sir. The Trains More Often Than a Games Athlete award was won jointly between Matthew and Aisha. A couple of other awards that were handed out was the most likely to be there for a gossip rather than to work out. That went to Sophie. The Kleptomaniac award, the equipment hoarder, that went to Jess. And you're not a doctor, I'm not going to call ahead. Least likely to sign in for class, Leah Taylor. Well done to all of you guys for continuing to be a valuable part of our CrossFit community down here in Llanelli over the last year. Now, I also want to give a shout out to two of the guys in our gym for slightly different things that they have achieved that I think are noteworthy this year. I'm going to bring up Rhys Sams again. I haven't gone into the various comps and achievements of people in the box. Lots of us visited different places and took part in different ways. But Rhys, towards the end of the year, was part of the European Championships near Bath. A high standard of competition, a high caliber of athlete taking part in that field, and Rhys managed to make the top 10. He even had an event win in the process. So Rhys, just want to say a massive well done to you for continuing to grow and to progress and to smash all of us day in, day out in the box. When you succeed, it's like a badge of honor for the rest of us. So keep pushing on in this next year, mate. We really appreciate you and we value you. The other person I want to mention is Andy. Now, Andy this year has achieved the remarkable feat of becoming a level 3 CrossFit trainer. These aren't things that are just given out willy-nilly. These are things that are worked for, and it's great to see that Andy is so invested in his own development as a coach. And what's really great for us as a box isn't that we can have, you know, that title on a bio, but that means that Andy is committed to each and every one of our development as well. As he tries to progress as a coach, that means that he is showing even more commitment and concern for each and every one of us progressing in our CrossFit lives. So Andy, thank you very much for your continued investment in yourself, which is in a way an investment in each and every one of us. So we've had so many PRs, we've had so many goals set and accomplished, muscle ups aplenty, folks going out of the box and achieving. But I want to take a moment just to remember someone that we lost this year who was a very special member of our gym. Many of us would take Nana Linda as the biggest brag for CrossFit Llanelli, as we're talking to our friends and our families and our colleagues and our neighbours about CrossFit, as they skeptically sort of suggest that it's only for youngsters or fit people or people who are already active. We would always boast and point to Nana Linda, who at 81 years old was still doing CrossFit, was still moving, was still staying fit and healthy. Sadly, Nana Linda left us in August of this year and left a gap in our box. She was such a warm, welcoming, encouraging, friendly member of the gym. She set the tone for what the rest of us aimed to be. She also has left a gap on that bragging rights. Who is the oldest person in the gym now that we're going to point to say, you can do it too? Well, I haven't done my research. I couldn't be bothered to figure out who the actual oldest in the gym is, so I'm just going to say it's Andrew Bowen, purely based on the number of times that he uses his age as an excuse when scaling WODs. So Andrew, we shall point to you from now on. Thank you very much, Brad. And so we are at the close. We're at the end of the year, and I'm going to finish up just by saying thank you to Emma Lewis. Emma Lewis, who is exiting the gym as an owner. She is burpeeing and reverse lunging her way out of our hearts just as she had come in. Emma's been owner of the gym for years and years and years, one of the people responsible for establishing the gym that we all know and love. Emma had her final session on December the 23rd, and to be fair, it was a beast. So many people turned up to say goodbye. So many people turned up to say thank you for all of your input into our CrossFit journeys as well. Emma, you've done us proud, and we wish you every success and happiness in your future endeavours as well. But it's not just out with the old, it's in with the new. CrossFit is constantly varied, and that's what we get in CrossFit Llanelli. And as Emma has stepped away, so stepping into the breach will be the best shoulders in CrossFit Llanelli. That's another award, Lindsay Morgan and James Morgan. Now, I don't know about you, but I have never seen James so busy. Now, when I come to the box, it isn't whether people are going to be doing the overhead lunges into the center of a circle every day, but it's wondering, what little job will James have found himself to do? Fiddling and fixing and playing around, and already showing so much intensity, as a CrossFit word for you, James, intensity in his attention to detail, looking after the box. Maybe you could go over to the echo bikes and the ski ergs and give them a dusting, because nobody else wants to do anything with them. But it's great to have you both involved, and we're looking forward to the additions, the changes, the input that you guys will be able to have over the coming year. Well, that is a brief look back over 2023 at CrossFit Llanelli, of new equipment bought, of competitions held, of competitions taken part in, of the people who have achieved success, of the individuals who have excelled, of those that we have lost, and this final chapter in Emma's, and the beginning of a new chapter in James and Lindsay's life. 2024 is, well, we don't know what 2024 is going to be. If anything, the last couple of years have shown us that making plans and expectations for the future is futile, but that CrossFit prepares us for the unknown and the unknowable. But I do think that this is something we can confidently say, that 2024 is going to be a year of opportunity. It's going to be an opportunity that means that you and I can decide how much we're going to put in order to get out of our CrossFit journeys. And I hope that you, along with me, are going to start the year with the expectation that it's going to be my year, my best year, where you're going to be committed and willing to listen to the coaches, to stick to the programming, to follow the nutrition advice, and to smash more goals and hit more PBs and PRs in the next 12 months. We've got the 3 comps coming up. So successful was the outdoor foursomes last year in terms of how it all went, that this coming year most of our events are going to be outdoors. We're going to have the foursomes again, we're going to have teams of 6 before finishing up the year with a mixed abilities pairs comp in the box itself. Cannot wait to be a part of those some way, somehow. And remember that if you've got friends and family who are no doubt making health and fitness commitments and resolutions as we step into 2024, then invite them down, because they will find a warm welcome and they will find a place and a space in which they can grow and they can become fitter and healthier individuals. So there's nothing left for me to say except thank you for watching this far. Well done for the last 12 months and good luck for what lies ahead. Peace.